am starting a through hike of the Ouachita Trail. Again, this time I am starting at Pinnacle Mountain and heading westbound. I flew in to the Little Rock Airport and a wonderful person gave me a ride, and it is absolutely beautiful outside. I am a bit off trail to visit the visitor center. It is spectacular. I really just needed indoor plumbing for the last time, but this is cool. I'm gonna check it out. Ice cream is not open. Snacks. I just got waylaid by a nice family asking about the Ouachita and my hike and all that. Super friendly. But I am back on the base trail, heading back to the Ouachita. Visitor center was very nice. Had snacks. Thought it was worms in the cooler, but it was ice cream. I guess if the place is closed, you can still get ice cream. But anyway, I think it's about half a mile back to the Ouachita. Goodbye, Pinnacle Mountain. I am officially in the wild. All trail now. This is the first mile marker that I've noticed. I am in the woods. Followed the river a ways, past the spillway, and then the woods. Lots of leaves. That pool right there is the first collectible water since I left the pavement this morning. I am just east of mile 214. And I have 3.8 to the shelter. And I'm ready. I'm tired. I forgot I woke up at 3 and just went off like a jackrabbit and I hit a wall. But I'm making it. This white oak ate a rock and tried to mate with a pine. People think walking in the woods is boring, but not when you see stuff like this. What a beautiful sign. 2 miles. That must be a parking area to get to the trail. I think. 2 miles to go. I'm ready. This pond is enormous. Looks delicious. It's always hard to get water out of these things because the bank's always covered with leaves and crap. But hopefully, one of these creeks closer to the shelter has at least got some pools. That's what I am betting on. I love these chonkin blazes too. You're not missing that. Well, I was excited when I saw this pool, but gosh, that's dark. It's black. Maybe I'll keep looking. Made it to the shelter. It's got a nice little cleared out spot. It's down there. There's one fella here. But he seems pretty nice, pretty chill. I am hanging my bear bag. Then I'm gonna get in my quilt. Good morning, day 2. I left the shelter a little after 6. And this is not easy night hiking. With the trail tread how it is, but so far the trail's been blazed enough where I can mostly stay on track. But I have a pretty big day today, a little over 20 miles to Nancy Mountain Shelter. Another new sign. Penny campsite is closed because we don't need that anymore. We got shelters. It is light out now, and I am on the move toward Reese Creek, who my shelter friend said is flowing. And that would be the first flowing water that I've seen so far this hike. Sure enough, Reese Creek is flowing. Barely, but flowing. 3 hours later, still at Reese Creek. I took a long break, but a very productive break. And now I am finally back on the move west. It seems there's more than one branch of Reese Creek. What I stopped at was branch number 1. But this one is flowing too. And this one has the little rope to help you cross when it's high water. That mound right there is sawdust. And when that's the highlight of the trail, yeah, it says something. I think these miles in here are about as close as you actually get to the lake. And I know I've stealthed around mile 206 before, between the trail and the lake, but I wish there were more like views of the lake. Like pop us up on a hill with an overlook. But no. Oh my goodness. There's that sawdust again. Beautiful. Anyway, I know they probably didn't route the trail that way to protect this very important water source. Can't have people looking at it with their dirty eyes. I am moving west. Pretty good so far. What is this? What are those vines? The lake is looking exceptionally low, but very quiet. I like it. A lot of houses. pretty close to the trail in this section. I am 6 miles west of the shelter. So, whatever mile that is. Oh, there's a road down there. I guess I'm about to cross a road. Trying not to look at the map too much and just move west on the trail. See what I see. This sign should say 6.2. Or maybe I missed 2 miles of trail. I don't think so. This is some kind of paved road I'm crossing. I don't remember what road, but not a busy road. Oh, it is Highway 113. Thanks, sign. Crossing Highway 113 again. I believe for the last time. And then up next, I think, is the bridge over. Look how cute these steps are. Oh, the bridge over the lake / river. All right. Safety first. Oop. They're coming. Made it. Up there, Highway 10. This is a road walk across the bridge and then back into the woods. I am at the Highway 10 Vista Park, and there are picnic tables and trash cans. I thought I wasn't gonna see a trash can until like Big Brushy. I don't have much trash, but it's going in there. There's also a trailhead box over there. Might be a register. I'm gonna go check it out. Maybe swing a little. There's water in this little ditch by the side of the road. Nice rocky bottom though, pretty clear. I am heading towards the shelter for a snack break. Good toilet paper and this nice little overlook. I wouldn't have stopped at the park had I known this was here. Cool. I am now in my shuttle driver Jody section. So far, fantastic. I am now walking along the river. Plenty of water. And look at those knees. Super cool. There's some kind of zip line across the river. Mile 199 point something. Wonder what that's about. It's got power, it's got a fence. Made it to the Red Bluff Creek shelter. some kind of shed over there. This is the only enclosed shelter on the trail. And Red Bluff Creek did have some pools of water. Very pretty. The shed is a privy. Girls and boys. How wonderful. Well, not so wonderful inside. Looks like not a good place to leave toilet paper. But the seat is nice. This part of the trail is a log and disaster area. But there's a tiny strip of trail left. Yeah, a whole lot of crap to climb over. Heading westbound down this road, there's a tiny pile of rocks, a tiny blue thing in this tree, and this little post. And that's how you know, turn off the road. Not super well marked. Made it to the National Forest. Almost to Highway 9. Made it to the Highway 9 crossing. About 2 miles to Nancy Mountain Shelter. And that's where I'm living tonight. I made it to Nancy Mountain Shelter 4 minutes before sunset. And just me so far. We got a pretty good view of the forest. And then off this way, good view. A real one. I am okay, pretty tired. 20-mile day, 20.7. Even bigger day tomorrow. So I'm gonna eat, pass out. Good morning. Day 3. Nancy Mountain Shelter was wonderful. And it's already poured rain until right now, and it stopped. I am currently on a side quest to Lake Sylvia Campground to poop and through a trashway and get water. And if it rains again, I'll be dry for a minute. And I told myself no side quest today because I've got 22 miles to walk and 20 miles yesterday on easier terrain took me until dark, so. But the allure of a real toilet is pushing me forward. And I woke up a little earlier today, so. Justified. Should be less than a mile out and back to this campground, I hope. Walk across that low water bridge and take a left, and the bathrooms are over there. There's some bathrooms on the right. They are closed, like by the group camping area. I just had a very productive stop. I did pretty well everything except take a shower. And I thought seriously about that. But I don't think I have that kind of time. But yeah, not bad of a walk at all. I just walked the road. There's trails to get here, but it's early enough. People aren't driving around quite yet. So the road walk was fine. And less than a half a mile to get over here. Good decision, all around. Made it to Brown Creek Shelter. It has been pouring rain since North Fork Pinnacle. and I'm happy to be under a roof. The first sound of flowing water I've heard so far on this trail. Crystal prong. Don't worry, still raining a little. Beautiful. More beautiful. Above the falls. I made it to Oak Mountain Shelter. I got the tarp up. It's still pouring rain, but I am here and I am dry. A couple miles of night hiking in a thunderstorm. Probably my least favorite day on a backpacking trip ever. But I'm here, I'm warm, I'm dry now. I'm gonna eat and pass right out. My tarp hanging is not very good. I may shore it up later. Anyway, sleep. Good morning. Day 4. The sun is starting to come up. I may never see it, but at least I can see more than 5 feet in front of me. I was warm last night, which was good, but it was kind of just misty and wet and nothing dried out at all. Maybe even got wetter last night. So everything is wet besides my jammies. And I am just walking west and hoping the sun comes up and burns off this cloud I'm walking in, and I can dry out and morale will be much better. There she is. Oh, come on over, girl. I need everything dried out. This trail is a bit rough through here. Lots of twisty turnies, trees down. Not marked super well on the turns. But look at the sun. So happy. Soon I'll be sweating. Mile 164. Arguably one of the most scenic. I'll zoom in so you can see better. Oh. Heading down to Sugar Creek. And now we are at Sugar Creek. And I'm gonna have to find a rock hop somewhere over here. This is where the trail crosses. My first rock hop crossing. Well, besides the prong, but that's always a rock hop. Trail magic. Dixon Hikes, you are a champion. We got water, soda, Gatorade. Oh, beautiful. Thank you kindly. Made it to the Highway 7 trailhead. And a little river down there, flowing nice. Still a rock hop though, at the crossing. Barely. I've got about 13 more miles in my day. The sun has still yet to show up. but my shirt has mostly dried out. The shorts are still sopping wet, but I got a lot of climbing to do, so heat them up, dry them out. Just packed the junction for moonshine shelter, and I didn't go down there. I have many fond memories of that shelter, so love her. But there was a giant group of people there. Looked like mostly pretty young kids, not like 12, but maybe like 20. And there are a lot of them heading the opposite direction as me. So that's good. I am heading down to, oh, by the way, sunshine. So happy. Hopefully dry some stuff out. Mainly these socks, because both of them are wet. Anyway, heading down to Big Blakely Creek. And there, I think it's going to be snack time, water time. Made it to Big Blakely Creek. She's flowing real nice. And the sun's out. My feet hurt really, really bad. I'm tired. But at least there's water to drink. Finally a viewpoint. And I can see more than 5 feet. This is Scooter Point. This is the scenery at Big Bear Shelter. There's a flowing creek right down there. Super cool rocks. And there she is. I'm not staying here. I got 3.5 more miles straight up a mountain. The view from Archer Point. My camp is up there. Seems far, but hopefully not too bad. Here's my sunset I'm missing out on. Still climbing up to the pinnacle. I made it 2 seconds before dark. I am tent camping tonight. And hopefully it doesn't get windy. Good morning. Day 5. I am hiding in the corner of Blue Mountain Shelter to get out of the wind. It's freaking freezing so far this morning. Super windy, and it's been just a ridgeline walk from the pinnacle to here. Super freaking cold, but sun's out. Hopefully it warms up. And I'm heading downhill eventually. Everything got super wet last night at Ouachita Pinnacle, so that sucked. But hopefully I can get it dried out before stopping for camp tonight. This isn't very fun. This is not the most fun through hike. I hate being cold. I hate being wet. It all sucks. But no chance of rain for the next few days, at least. It's going to be freaking cold, so there's a positive. But man, that wind is freaking cold. All right, I got to get moving. Got a good view. And I finally dropped down enough I'm not in full wind. There's the name of the vista. I can't see shit, so we don't know what the name of it is. Still making my way down to the river. Made it to Double Culvert Creek. I don't know what the name of this is, but that's what I call it. And she's flowing. I think it's a little less than a mile down to the 298 trailhead and then across the river. It has warmed up real nice. Still not warm, but survivable now. River is flowing good. The falls. Glad there's a bridge today. This is Lake Vista. A little ways off trail, but important because you can see something alarming over here. Hopefully that's not on trail. Or that one. There's a beautiful lake. Lake Ouachita. It is humongous. Alright, heading down to Irons Fork Creek for camp. Aerial Falls is fallen. Put down my trekking poles and zoom in for you. Yeah. It's real nice. Irons Fork is flowing. Luckily, there's a bridge. And it's not flowing over the bridge. That tiny bit of red over there is the sunrise. I had a really great sleep last night. And it was much warmer. All night and this morning. Who knew if I would just drop down 1,300 feet that it would be a lot nicer. But today is Thanksgiving. So I hope you're eating turkey and watching football. I'm hiking my ass off. Also, I'm about 5 miles away from my resupply bag that I hung in a tree because it's Thanksgiving and the Bluebell Cafe is closed. So I had to be self-sufficient this time. But hopefully it's still there. I am on the top of Sand Lick Mountain. Pretty well 360-degree views. Absolutely beautiful. And I feel really good. I know this moment is only going to last like 5 minutes, but this is the part of the thru hike when it doesn't suck. You know, that quick 5%. But yeah, I feel good right now. Made it to Highway 27. Normally this would be a celebration going to the Bluebell. All I get is a bag and a tree. Leaving the Highway 27 trailhead, resupply was a success. And there was a hunter dragging a big old buck out of the woods when I walked up, so that was cool. I helped him drag it the last like 20 yards. But yeah, got my food. I'm good to go until the Queen. The plan today was to make it to Suck Mountain shelter. So, we'll see how the day goes. But that's the plan. We got a bridge. And a whole lot of water. I think this is Muddy Creek. Looks kind of green, muddy. Pretty sure. The cave. It's even got a blue blaze. It's not very deep, but deep enough for a creature to get out of the rain. Made it to the Suck Mountain shelter where I was going to stay tonight, but I got a little more daylight, so I'm gonna head down the mountain and hopefully be a little warmer sleeping. Good morning. My tea towel's frozen. Yep, I'm sure glad I did not camp on top of Suck Mountain because it probably would have been in the too freaking colds. Because down by Harris Creek, still got right about freezing. At least enough to freeze the pea towel. And I am heading to Brushy Creek campground where I get to throw a giant pile of trash away. And that's the highlight of the day. I'm having thoughts about doing a really big day to Turner Gap shelter, but we'll see. Fiddler's Creek, tons of water, and a bridge. I'm gonna get some water here, even though it's absolutely freezing out still, and then head up Blowout Mountain, and hopefully warm up. Whoa, I just spooked a coyote. He was like 5 feet from me, bedded down in the leaves. Wait a minute. Sounds like somebody's giving it. Oh! I see him. You hunting that coyote? You better leave him alone. All right. That's not something to see every day. Hopefully coyote gets away. We're about to see because we're heading that direction. I'm on whatever this highway is. I forget. Pretty well just popped out to the road, walk over the bridge. The Fiddler's Creek Bridge from 1989. And then I get to the campground. Cars are so loud. This is the swimming hole at brushy campground. Pretty cool. Trash cans, shelter, playground, toilets. What more could a backpacker ask for? Good morning. I'm still alive. I hiked 27 miles to get to Turner Gap Shelter yesterday. Pretty neat. There's a fella in there, Jeff from Kentucky. Pretty kind. He's going eastbound, attempting a through hike. But I am on the move again. It is almost 10 a.m. and I just now started. Because as you can see in here, the weather is rough. But it's going to be a short day. 11 miles to Foreign Gap Shelter, hopefully before it starts snowing. And then next day, I get to the lodge. So, almost to the lodge, like 30 miles away. I am looking forward to warmth and pancakes. I made 2 friends. 2 hunting dogs. We don't know who they're hunting way up here, but they're showing me the trail at least. It's nice to have friends out here in the wild. Out here suffering with you. Made it to the Foreign Gap Shelter. So wet, so cold. But I got my wet stuff hanging. Hopefully it can dry before it freezes. And I'm in my quilt, in my dry clothes. So, things could be worse. About 17 miles to the lodge tomorrow. And I cannot wait for heat and pancakes. Winds are calling to be from the north. 30-mile-an-hour gust. And this shelter faces directly north. And there's no wing walls on this one. So, I got my tent set up as a windbreak. We'll see how this goes. It may just be a loud ass sort of annoyance, but we'll see. In case you're wondering how this day is going, that's my coffee water. Still frozen, slushy, and it is 12:30. I am so ready to be done and be warm. Ugh. Day 10. And this is where I am not leaving. Out there, everything is iced over. I am not hiking in that. So this is where my through hike ends. And I'm not mad about it. It's nice to see the Arkansas section. And I see the Oklahoma section often. So I'm not really missing anything. Just an actual through hike, but I've done it before. So yeah, I'm glad this lodge is here. Otherwise, I would be frozen. And I hate that. So, this is where it ends. Comfy cozy.